What's up, all? Today I'm going to talk through how I progressed through a beginner Dragons 20 team into something a bit speedier. So, to start off, I'll show you what I'm doing right now on auto, show you where my champs are at, as well as I'll quickly beginning show us what I did to get there. So, open up Dragon 20. This is what I'm currently running. We got Ray for the speed lead, CH and Royal Guard for the max HP damage, Skullcrown for some AoE, and Draco for poison on the boss and AoE, DD, and weaken across the waves. So one thing that I'll say is that in order to have a successful Dragon 20 team, there are a couple things that will help you out a lot. First is a poisoner such as Draco. I've also used Aothar on this account. The last dragon has a lot of HP. So each tick of poison, it's similar to Clan Boss where it's like 50k damage. So Aothar, because he's Force Affinity, can actually just solo the boss with my gear. Draco can as well. It's a little tighter, but not quite as clean since he doesn't take the weak hits. And then to show you where I started with, when I first started progressing into this, I still ran the double AoE, but then I also picked up, where are they? Aothar, because I did not have Draco yet. And then I ran Thenasil and Rhazin. So the difference between these two teams is that I have 3 Force Affinity in here to make the tankiness a little easier. And actually, with decent gear, I was farming Dragon 15 before Dragon 20 came out, and the 3 Force Affinity people, they can basically solo or trio the dragon at the end if they get there, or if like my 2 AoEs die mid the second wave. That works out okay as well. So Ray's great here as a speed lead. Her A3 freeze on one of the waves will also help out because it just gives you cover, so you can get 2 rounds of attacks in. And then what I was actually seeing, so I was running like 6-minute runs at first, and I have Rhazin fully booked, is you can get a full turn of your team, and then Rhazin on a second turn can A3 and deplete the turn meter. And then on the second wave, Rhazin will have his A3 back up again because it took me like 6 turns to kill the first wave. So he was getting multiple A3s, turn meter depletes, Thenasil with AoE heals and the defense up to help you survive the Hordens. And then I also have Skullcrown as my lowest HP member of my team so that she would get attacked first and she has the counterattack and the Unculpable, which helps a lot here. What I think I would probably try, and what I'm trying on my second account right now, if I don't have quite as strong a lineup, is just to throw in a lot of tankiness and heals and tank your way through it. Especially if you're free to play, you're looking to get the most out of your energy, not necessarily the speediest team. So things like, I think Rhazin is great because he brings the deplete and he's tanky and he's force. Thenasil is great if you have him as well. I would probably sub an Apothecary here as well, just to give you the turn meter up and more heals. And maybe Slow and Steady is the one that wins the race here. And then how did this team change kind of as I did get more gear and looking for faster times, because 6 minutes pretty slow for me. So the first thing that I did was to sub out my healer. I was finding that as I was beginning to clear the waves, then I didn't need the defense up from Thenasil, and most of my champs are running lifesteal anyways. So the first thing I did was I subbed out my Thenasil for a Royal Guard. What Royal Guard lets us do here is just add more damage to the waves. His A2 does a decent chunk, as well as the A3 for the speed debuff and the turn meter decrease across the waves. So this, I think, was getting me somewhere like 2:30 to 3-minute runs, 3-minute runs. And then I pulled Draco over Aothar. So Draco's huge. He brings the poison utility that you get from Aothar. He's a little less tanky because he's not force, but he also brings the AoE weaken and defense down, which makes the first wave pretty fast. And then the last thing that I've done more recently is that because I can blitz through the waves pretty quickly, and also if everything except for like Draco and RG die before you get to the last wave, it's fine. It's actually almost better because Skullcrown and Ray feel like wasted turn time on the last boss. They don't actually do that much damage to the dragon, they're just there for the waves. So the ideal scenario is I get Draco as the only person alive left to the dragon with RG there as well for enough time just to get off 1A2 and then die as well. The last change that I made here is subbing out Rhazin for a Coldheart. So I know a lot of people struggle with running a squishy team like this, and I want to show you two things when we actually watch this run here. One is that I think the gear quality to run this is pretty high. You need to be clearing the waves very fast, and then secondly, even with the gear that I have, the run is consistent but doesn't look like it because a lot of people will die. So we'll show you this on auto now. And between the amount of counter procs that I get on skullcrown as well as the RNG across the board, I'll either get to the last boss with my full team alive but then dead soon afterwards, or maybe only a couple people make it there, but definitely a couple people die before you kill the boss. So you can see here that first wave went pretty fast. Just used nukes across the board, and then because I didn't have anything major still up for this wave, it's going to take a little more time and someone's probably going to die, but that's okay. You can see here Ray gets pretty low, managed to survive, and now we get everyone through. And we'll watch mainly Draco just tear this apart, hoping that I get another round of defense down and we can up for the Coldheart and Royal Guard nukes. But you can see here, as I was saying before, Ray and Skullcrown are basically wasted turns here. Oh, that hurts. I think I have like 98% crit on Royal Guard. So that does happen from time to time. You can see Draco here just loading up the poison bar. So I think if that Royal Guard nuke had hit, Dragon would have died this run somewhere closer to like 115. But you can see here, most of the team is dead, but we still get through it in a decent amount of time with some subpar RNG. So I'll quickly go through a couple of the stats. I think the most interesting, we have Draco here. He's completely built for Clan Boss, so nothing that special, just a lot of speed and accuracy. The one things that you will need for the ability to do this on Dragon 20 is you do need like 200 accuracy. But yeah, anything you would run for Clan Boss is probably good here. Here's my Skullcrown, Vamp, 100% crit. I geared her a long time ago. She's not my best geared in terms of crit damage, but she definitely gets the job done. I think the real winner here is you have this this Retribution Mastery right here, where if she gets focused, she'll just counterattack the heck out of the team and vamp back up. Then we have Ray, similar build, bit more crit damage. And my two Coldhearts, this is the one that I run without vamp. And my Royal Guard with a lot of broken set. But yeah, that's it. Hope you found something interesting.